Right, welcome to Menopause Month. I'm chatting with Kristina von Oertzen. Kristina, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, nice to chat to you. And you pronounced my name right, which is
Woo!
great. The second time. So I'm originally German. I moved around quite a bit. Currently living in Lisbon in Portugal. Lived about 15 years in the UK, in London, then briefly moved for 2 years during the pandemic to Australia, just to give you an idea of so where I've been in the world. And I'm working with women before and after menopause, so in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, and help them get fit for midlife, because this is something that I also had to, I was confronted with, that half of it is over now, but we still, well, roughly, but we still have half ahead of us, so we better get fit for that part. So it's one of the common problems is weight loss. But it's also other things like really getting your exercise routine going, eating healthy foods, mindset, and de-stressing is the big topic that I'm dealing with. So this is actually something that is becoming more and more of a topic, because a lot of, well, I'm inclined to say all of us are really stressed with life, with modern life. It's just so many things. If I just look on my phone, I have at any one time I have about 50 notifications from all the different apps and emails and messenger, WhatsApp, all of that. So this on its own is already stressing you, but then comes family life, dogs, cats, shopping, meeting friends. It's just so much that you just most of us who forget that we also need to look after ourselves. So this is the me time stress part that is really something I help women with, so that they find time and to do something fun, whatever, have their nails done.
I think it's so important, and I think it's something that I find we touch on so often in these interviews when I do them with the experts, that yes, we can talk about what we're eating, yes, we can talk about how we're exercising, yes, we can talk about all these other things, but actually until we start addressing how we respond to stress, and until we address making ourselves important in our own lives, actually none of the rest of it happens, does it?
Yes, and it can cause stress, of course, to additional. If you think, okay, so I need to do this workout and I need to cook the healthy food, I need to buy the healthy food, and oh my God, and then already you're stressed. But then it's normal things, or normal things like daily things like from your work that can stress you. And it was really eye-opening for me to realize that it's me deciding if something is a stressful situation or not. And this is really important that you realize that the same situation for someone else could be nothing. They don't react to it. So it's the first step is really to think about, okay, so why am I reacting to this in that way? So what's further down the line that I'm afraid of? And then you take it from there. So that's the response to stress. I'm working a lot with breathing, with breath work. Box breathing is one of my favorite tools. I'm sure you've heard of it. Where you just get out of the fight or flight, back in the rest and digest, which is really important for everything, because then your body can do maintenance, burn fat, and all of these things. So that's an important part of my work, becoming more and more important. And then, of course, which falls into a similar category, is sleep. So it's a common symptom during perimenopause and even later in menopause, is that we just suddenly can no longer sleep. So we wake up during the night frequently, and it could be because we have night sweats, or just this is what I'm doing. I'm just constantly going to the toilet.
Yes. Sounds familiar.
Yes. So this is something, and that was the beginning. So this one and joint pain, these were the two things where I was so glad to be in a community, to hear other women talk about this, reading books about this. And then suddenly I just thought, oh God, that's it. It's not some mysterious bone disease that I have, or something is wrong in my life and this is why I'm waking up so often during the night. It's my changing hormones.
And that in itself, not knowing what it is, adds yet more stress.
Yes.
Because I know for me, it was about 3.5 years of not understanding what had changed as to why I didn't recognize myself any longer. And that in itself was just so incredibly stressful.
Yes, it is. And it's really important that we talk about this. And I'm glad that we finally started talking about this. And I'm glad that there's so many brave women who share what they're going through. And it's fantastic to have communities like yours where you know that you don't have to be ashamed, and people will welcome whatever you share.
Yes,
nothing,
and there will always be someone else who goes, "Oh, me too."
Yes, and this "me too" is so powerful, to just hear someone else is having similar problems. Of course, you want to find a solution, but the pure fact that there are more women, hundreds, thousands, millions of other women who are going through something similar, that's really powerful. And this is really good to know. And I'm like, in my sessions when I'm working one-on-one with clients, of course, I'm just the one person that is listening. So if maybe these women don't have any access to a community, but on a portal like yours, there's many that are listening. And it's helpful for everyone, including me. So to know it's all of us.
Absolutely.
And we're all living much longer. So it's important that we're addressing things like this, that we're discussing this open, so that okay, what are the treatment options? What exactly can I do to make this journey as bearable as possible? Because it doesn't have to be just a horrible phase that you have to push through. It can also be, but this is something that I find quite empowering, that it can also be a really great phase of your life. Because if you have children, the children are probably out of the house by now or grown up. If you are married or living with a partner, you probably have your routine by now. You know exactly who's doing what. And so you can finally do this me time focus. So you can develop a routine that really fits you. It's no longer necessary to look after everyone and everything. So,
and I don't know about you, but I've found that as my energy levels have changed, insofar as, I've had to be much more aware of how I manage my energy. And that's actually really positive, because now I don't say yes to everything. I don't try and people please.
Yes.
I just know these are the things I'm doing. This is what I have the capacity for. Thank you. And that's actually really powerful.
It is. And we shouldn't forget, we're not just getting older, we are also getting wiser. And this is one of the things, saying no to things. So I've realized, and I'm sure there's a few who think the same, is I just need to be winding down for bed around 9. So I cannot go out and meet people at 8 and then maybe dinner is served at 9. I'm not doing that. So, and I'm saying this now. I
have now this ongoing thing. I simply say, sorry, I have to be in my pajamas by 7:30. I'm sorry, I can't. I have to be in my pajamas by 7. Someone the other day said, "Oh, we're going to have a Halloween party. Are you coming? It starts at 7." I'm like, no.
No. And it's okay. Since I've decided to do that, I've actually grown a circle of friends around me. It helped that I recently moved it's a year ago that I moved to Lisbon. So it's like a new start. I have the opportunity to meet new people and just make it clear from the beginning, this is what I want. But it works just as well if you have an existing friendship group, because they're also growing older with you. But since I've shown people the boundaries and just say, okay, I'm not drinking during the week. I don't want to go out late. It's fine. So I have coffee dates, I have lunch dates. I'm meeting people for 6 for dinner. We are sharing a bottle of water. So all of these things is absolutely nothing. No one has anything against that. It's fine. And it's the new friends, but it's also the old friends that some of them are actually quite relieved that I'm touching the topic. Because we all know, like, if you share a bottle of wine during the week, that you will feel like crap the next day, and probably the day after that as well. So this is the wisdom that we now have. So I came to quite a few conclusions. I've had my own struggles with nutrition and digestion, which is where I studied digestive health. So I've a few things that I put in place. Took me a very long time to come to a state where I'm feeling really good in my body. I have a really good fitness level. I discovered weightlifting. I know how to train so that I'm not stressing my body. So I've got a really good routine. This was the beginning of working as a health coach, that I just shared my routine with other women. And then I figured out, okay, it works not just for me. So this seems to be a pretty good approach. So, and then I studied more, I looked more into research and all of this, and then I put together a program so you can not just work with me one-on-one, but also in a self-study program where I show you exactly how to exercise, what to eat to balance your hormones, how to work on your mindset so that you're not stressed and that you can sleep at night, and get set up for your
Awesome.
second act in life, in the best possible way, so that we can all thrive.
Perfect. I love it. That's so cool. Thank you so much, Kristina. And people can work with you from anywhere, can't they?
Yes, they can. And the reason why I say where I used to work is I know obviously there's a lot of questions around nutrition always. So I know the landscape, the food landscape, and the habits of 4 countries very well. So that's the UK and Australia, Germany, of course, because that's where I grew up, and here in Portugal. So I can really help you in these countries. If you tell me that you're going to Boots, I know exactly what it is. Things like this make a little difference sometimes.
Yeah, it does. It having that sort of local knowledge does really help people to feel heard, understood.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's awesome. Right. I will add your contact details onto the end of this so people can get in touch with you. And for now, thank you very much, Kristina.
Yeah, you're welcome. Nice to chat with you.